All right, we're gonna do a segment that I like to call This Week We Learned.
Nice.
Because I only do it once a week, if not every day. So what did you learn this week?
I learned this week that Ryan Reynolds is rebooting the Home Alone franchise as a stoner.
Is it a child or an adult?
He basically likes the concept of Home Alone, the idea that someone missed a flight and was left home alone and had to fight off criminals.
But he's stoned?
But he's like, instead of being a kid who gets left because his parents ignore him, what if you were just too stoned to go to the airport?
But doesn't that wear off?
But if he, I'm sure he's like, did an edible or something, and then he's like, has to come up with these ideas. And they're stoner, instead of like kids' ideas on how to find off.
Oh, so they're also bad ideas.
They're stoner ideas on how to fight
What's a stoner idea on how to fight someone?
Just listen. Use the candy. You gotta use the candy.
What?
Just use the candy to fight them off.
Like, do they trip on the candy?
Yes.
Is the candy poison?
Marble-shaped candy.
This sounds like a...
Jawbreakers.
I don't think I like this movie.
I feel like if you were stoned and criminals broke in, you'd just sleep through it.
I just don't understand the concept of how you're stoned the whole time and why you can't leave your house.
Listen, he is a genius. He's smarter than all of us. He found a way to make Deadpool happen.
Yes.
He can do anything. This is Van Wilder we're talking about. If he can breathe life into that university, whose name escapes me right now, he can do anything. That was it. What did you learn this week?
I learned that Darth Vader is only in a little bit more than 33 minutes of the 6.5 hours that constitutes the original trilogy. That's very short. It feels like his presence is felt throughout, right?
Yes.
It is. It's not. I mean, maybe you're just thinking about him or talking about him, but he's really only on screen for a little bit. Maybe because at this point, he is treated more like a demigod.
Right.
You know, as opposed to the prequels where he's just always on camera and we just want him to go away and he's always whining.
Yes!
So maybe the less we see of him, the more mythological he is.
James Earl Jones got the best deal in that. He was like, I'm not even showing up to set. I'm just gonna...
Have David Prowse do it.
Yeah.
Don't even credit him. Just have him do it.
I didn't know they didn't credit him.
Well, I mean, James Earl Jones gets more credit, but David Prowse is the body of Darth Vader.
I had to lift those people by the neck. That's bad on your back.
By just your hand. On top of that, Darth Maul is only in The Phantom Menace for 6 minutes.
Love it.
Yeah. So you know what? Maybe less is more with villains, at least with Star Wars villains, because
same with Jaws.
The amount of problems there are with Phantom Menace, Darth Maul usually isn't one of them that people list. Same with Jaws. Maybe just the idea and the fear of villains is worth more than the actual sight of the villains. On top of that, if someone scares with you, hang out with them so they scare you less, right? Is that the lesson?
We fear what we don't see. That's why in Jaws, well, that and some technical difficulties with the shark. That's like, just hide the shark. We'll be afraid of the shark. We'll see the top of the shark.
It makes sense, though, because people are scared of unknown quantities. They'd rather deal with something terrible that they understand than something good that they don't really know what it is. Isn't that just human nature?